Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel again. This is a home of fashion where I do teach how to cut and sew varieties of style. So in today's tutorial, I'll be making this beautiful wraparound gown and a stylish neckline with a stylish sleeve in a very easy way. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget turn on your notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, you can get notified. Alright guys, if you're interested in learning this, let's get started. So this is the fabric I'll be using for this tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead now and unfold the fabric before we start. So like this now, I'm taking the full measurement of the down part of the dress. The full measurement of the dress is 55 inches. So the from shoulder to waist is 15 inches. That means we'll be measuring 40.5 here. That's after I have folded 1.5 inch at the downside. So I'm measuring 40.5 inches here. So the total is 42 inches. Okay. So from here, I'm locating my hip length. From my waist to the hip line is 9. That's where I have make my measurement. So my waist divided by 4. I'm marking it, then plus 2 inches seam allowance. So now I'm going to connect this line now to my hip line. So now my hip divided by 4, my round hip divided by 4, then plus 2 inches seam allowance. So I'm just going to take it like that straight down to the hemming line because I really want it to pencil. So I'm measuring just 9 at that downside. So I'm just going to cut it out. So this front part now, because it's a wraparound, I'll be cutting it into 2. But first, I'm cutting the back piece. So as you can see, I've placed the front piece on the back on my folded cloth to get the back piece. So I'm just going to cut it out before we work on the back side. So I left about 3 inches at the back side because it's going to be having overlapping slits, and the total length of my slit is going to be 19 inches. So I'm taking about 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance. So I'll take it straight down to where the slit ended. So this is it. So I'm just going to make a curve around here. Just like this. So I'll just cut it out. Then I'll slit this side. So the foot down part now is ready. So the next thing I'll be cutting is the wraparound part of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the front piece double. So later I'm going to shape shape away the hip shape on one side. So I'm just going to cut it out. So I'll be shaping away the hip shape from one side. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is the upper part. So my round measurement now divided by my round bust divided by 2, then plus 8 extra inches. This 8 extra inches is going to be serving as my seam allowance, cutting allowance, excess allowance, every allowance. So we are cutting the upper body now, which is Princess Darts. Just stay tuned and watch how we're going to be getting this beautiful style. So I'm taking the length. Remember I told you the length of the upper part from the shoulder to waist is 15 inches, but here now I'm I measured 16.5, meaning I added 1.5 inches of seam allowance to the length, though we are still going to take it away later. So I'm just going to slitting it. So I'm setting one aside. That is going to serve as our back piece. So I'm going to be measuring my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 8. So I'm just going to use my ruler to make a straight line on it. So from here now, I'm going to locate my bust point, which is 10. So I mark the 10. Then from the shoulder to my rounding the bust, which is 13.5. So I also mark it. Then I'm going to measure my shoulder. So it's 13, though I'm going to be measuring at 7. We'll be using ½ inch to join the sleeve. 13 inches wide, then I measure 7. By the time you open it will be 14. Okay, so from the armhole side I came down by around 5 inches. Then I connect like this. I've done this over and over in this channel. I'm very sure it's not a new thing again. So I'm coming now by half inch to avoid budging after we might have formed our bustier. Okay, so this is going to serve as our initial neckline. Okay, so I'm done. I'm just going to cut it out now. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, this is what I do. I also drop motivational talk on this channel. So guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, and always share. Okay, and if you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate. May God bless you. So this is the back piece. I just placed the center piece on the back piece, the center piece of the front on the back piece, right? I can just shape it out like this. So it's as simple as this. So we are done cutting now. So I'll go ahead now, cut the wording, I'll cut the lining just like the way I cut all this now. Then we proceed. So I've done that. This is it. I've cut the lining, and this is the lining for the down part. I also cut the lining for the wraparound style on it. So this is the wording. So I'm going to be placing it like this. Remember, it has a glue side. So I'm going to be placing the glue side on the wrong part of my fabric. Then I'll use iron to gum it. Okay, I'll use iron to gum it. Then I'll come and show you the next thing to do. Alright guys, as you can see, I've already gum it. So this is how I'm going to be placing it. So I'm just going to gently, you need to be very careful here, gently stitch it. So I'll do the same thing to this other side. So this is the upper part, or this is the down part, I mean. So I've already used the lining to turn them. So this is the wraparound style on it. As you can see, I've already shaped away the hip shape on one side. This is the side that is going to be outside, that is going to look as if it's a wrapper. Okay, and this is the main piece for the front part. So this one, I'm just going to set that one aside. So for the back piece, this is it. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to stitch it according to my leaving my zipper allowance. Then this is how it's going to look. It's going to look like this. Then I'm just going to use hand needle to stitch the curve with the lining inside. Understand? Then you press it very well so that it will remain like that. So I'm going to be using this net to cut the sleeve. So I'm going to be taking the full length of the sleeve, then minusing some inches, then add it to it again. That is for my, but the sleeve is a little bit, it's like a bell sleeve, but just watch the way I'm going to be cutting it. It's going to look as if there's flare on it, but it's like a cut together flare around the mouth of the sleeve. Just watch and see how I'm going to do it. It's very simple. So let's assume this is around that is our rib length. So from here now, I came out by 3 inches. So I'm just going to start extending it. Do you see what I'm doing? So I'm just going to start extending it to get that like a flesh shape. Okay, you can use a pattern paper to cut it and place it on your fabric first if it is going to hard for you to cut with free hand. So this is it. So we are going to be stitching the upper part and the down part of it. So it's going to have 2 stitch line. Yes, it's going to be having 2 stitch line. So I'll go ahead and stitch it. Then I'll form the bossy and come and show you the next thing to do. So this is it. As you can see how beautiful this came out. So I'm just going to merge it together like this, then to cut out our main armhole right now. Okay, so I confirm the chest, which is 7. So back to the back piece now. I have to place the front piece on the back piece in order to shape it out, because the length of our back is not always the same thing to the front. So you have to get the length of the back so that you won't have any budge after you fix the zip. It have to be laid at the back side. So that is what we are trying to achieve now. So I'm going to be reducing the length of the back. The length of the back is 14, so I'm going to try to get 15 inches in total now. So I'll use half inches to join the shoulder, then I'll use half inches to join it with to join the down part. Okay, so this is it. This is my 15 inches in total. So for this zipper allowance side, you need to take a little, like ½ inch away, okay, like ½ inch away. This is to make it lay, to make it very lay at the back, no budging, and it should be very lay. So this is it. I'm confirming my round bust to know if I have to reduce, if it is too excess, and I have excess, so I took like 1 inch away from it. So right now, you know, we only have our initial neckline, so we want to draw the main neckline on the style now. So it's very simple, very simple. So we've gotten it just like a bent V neckline, a bent V neckline on one side. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to explain here. Just like a V neckline on one side. So our neckline is ready. As you can see how beautiful it is. So what I have to do now, I'm just going to use the lining to turn it, then I'll come and show you how it look. All right guys, as you can see, this is it. So I just use a loose stitch to close the back, first. So I'll go ahead now. As you can see, that is the, as you can see what I was telling you that time, I've used hand needle to stitch it. So this is it now. I'm just going to go ahead. I'll join the back piece with the back piece, the front piece with the front piece, and I've already joined the wraparound on it. So this is it. I'm only going to join the inside, and this is the loop that we are going to be using to tie it around our waist. Then I'll add the sleeve. So the dress is almost ready. So I'll just add the sleeve. So you can see how the sleeve came out. So I'll go ahead now. I'll go and join everything and close it. Then we'll see the final look of it, which is this. Do you see this? This is very beautiful. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Bye for now.